Talk to House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries. Jonathan Lemire, John Thune brought up something else that's fascinating as well. And that is, and you do hear it from Republicans a good bit, that when you look at how much these premiums are going up for health insurance, the actual tax credit that they're fighting over is a smaller part of that than the actual insurance rates that insurance companies are charging. And this becomes a huge issue because we've been talking about for some time how much healthcare costs are exploding. A lot of these benefits were put in post-COVID to help people through COVID. Now Democrats want to extend that as we move forward. But insurance companies are also, again, they're jacking up the rates so high that it's putting even Republicans like Marjorie Taylor Greene and other Republicans in a position where, they wouldn't naturally want to extend subsidies that were put in place during COVID for Obamacare. But they may not have a choice because their constituents are getting pounded so hard by the insurance companies.
Yeah, Marjorie Taylor Greene doing some constituent services there, making clear that people in her district, District Joe, we know that you know well, are really struggling with these costs. And she even mentioned her own adult children doing the same. It would face a real jump in expenses were this to expire. So, and that's reflective of, even setting aside the current debate in Washington, we're in a healthcare cost crisis in this country. And, there has much been written about how the ACA has worked. It has definitely helped. And to the point where actually it's so many red states, Republican voters tend to rely on them even in more disproportionately than when we think of as Democrats and blue states. So it is, Mika, something that it's not going away. This is obviously the centerpiece of this current debate here on Capitol Hill with this shutdown. But I can tell you, White House officials I spoke to in the last week or so, getting more and more nervous about the politics of this, that they feel like the health care issue, and we saw Senator Thune try to grab it back there a little bit today, but they feel like this is breaking away from them, and they're nervous. The president himself nervous that the Republicans could come out on the losing end again.
All right, and now we turn to FBI Director Kash Patel and Attorney General Pam Bondi joining President Trump in the Oval Office yesterday when he once again called for the prosecutions of his perceived political enemies.
Jack Smith, in my opinion, is a criminal. And I noticed his interviewer was, I think that was Weissman. And I hope they're going to look into Weissman, too. Weissman's a bad guy. And he had somebody in Lisa, who was his puppet, worked in the office really as the top person. And I think that she should be looked at very strongly. I hope they're looking at Shifty Schiff. I hope they're looking at all these people. And I'm allowed to find out. I'm allowed to, I'm, in theory, the chief law enforcement officer. But I have a very good, talented group.
I'm not sure that's exactly right. The comments come after the indictments of two others he singled out for prosecution, former FBI Director James Comey and New York Attorney General Letitia James. Meanwhile, the Trump administration is paving the way to make it easier for the IRS to criminally investigate left-leaning groups, including major Democratic donors. That's according to new reporting from the Wall Street Journal. The paper reports, quote, the undertaking aims to install allies of President Trump at the IRS Criminal Investigative Division to exert firmer control over